This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Well, then cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
You guys, things are different today.
Very different. Yeah, we didn't get a podcast studio. Just to let you know that.
We didn't splurge on professional hair and makeup for the video portion of this podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, you are shook.
Everything's confusing, I'm sure. We look like maybe we're in a Brooklyn loft apartment behind us with this whitewashed brick wall.
Fake exposed brick. No, normally when we do this podcast, let's be honest, I'm in like a camouflage hat. I haven't put on any makeup or showered, and I'm in a loose-fitting sweatshirt to try to get away with not wearing a bra.
Yeah.
And today we're in full glam.
Full glam. Sweatshirts are still on. It's because we are at the end. We just wrapped on a shoot day for... well,
it's not a secret. Discovery Plus.
For Discovery Plus, we shot a little web series pilot for them in December, and it's been picked up for a few more episodes. And we shot an episode today and one yesterday, and we are actually currently in the studio that we shot the episode in. Yeah. And we are now recording our podcast
to avoid traffic. No, totally. We got here yesterday at 6 a.m. Today, we got here not till 8 a.m. today.
Yeah.
But now it's like 6. And so now you're getting like raspy Kathleen Turner version of me.
Yeah, you're getting a full day of not only shooting, but also just like being conscious of being a human around other humans physically in the same space, which is turns out for me exhausting.
You always talk like we're freshly inserted ourselves into human bodies.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if aliens walk among us, so I try to put it in the most brass tacks terms.
I swear to God, Helbig, if one day it turns out you're an alien,
no,
I called it. I'm calling it right here just in case.
We were watching, it's not totally the same. Elliot and I were watching this crazy ass documentary. It just came out on Netflix, I think, called The Puppet Master. And it's like they're tracking down this like con man, this British con man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Highly encourage everyone to watch. I wish all the Reddit sleuths, because he's still out there and this is going on.
No way.
Yeah. He's like with this woman that has 2 kids that have been now estranged, and they're featured in the doc. Crazy. I want all the Reddit sleuths to like be on this the way that doc Don't Fuck with Cats was. And so it hasn't caught enough traction yet. I don't want to participate. I just want to watch from the sideline. Anyway, we're watching this documentary about a con man, and at one point, very high, I look over at Elliot. I'm like, "You're not a con man, right?" And he goes,
"You said that like earnestly?"
Oh no, I was like joking. And he goes, that's really mean to ask. And I was like, I know, I'm kidding. No, but you're also so entrenched in how wild the psychological abuse was of this person that went to jail, and then, spoiler alert, got his sentence overturned because it wasn't.
I want to watch it.
I know. You'll know that that's going to happen because the way they set up the beginning.
I bet Chip is a con man. Just with the pranks.
Yeah, he is very, he's methodical like that.
I remember in the olden days, I don't think I'm making this up. You know, do you remember any like VHS covers of scary movies? Because you remember seeing them at like Blockbuster and other places, and you'd never rent it, but like you're haunted just by the cover alone.
Yeah.
I think there was a scary movie called Puppet Master, and like the front of it was like one of those like toy monkeys with like the symbols.
Okay.
Or something like that.
And that
haunted
you? I heard something made me think of something that I'm not sure is real, but I'm just saying.
It's been a long day. I would also go look at like the Porky's movies and like those kind of VHS covers that had like drawn, like that were a little like
softcore porn,
perverty, and you'd be like, "Ooh, animated tits." This is crazy.
Well, speaking of monkeys, did you hear that last week, I think it's taken care of now, that 100 monkeys came out of a truck that got in an accident that were
in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that were going to a lab. They were like test monkeys.
No way. I didn't know that part of it.
Yeah, that they were monkeys that were going for some sort of testing, some sort of medical purposes. And that, I mean, I guess as of last week, like one was unaccounted for, that they all just scattered into the woods, and they had to,
oh my God.
and they had to collect them. And at first it was like, 4 or 5 monkeys aren't accounted for. Then like one was still outlying, or an outlier out there somewhere.
Wait, oh.
But I think it's all handled now.
They got all of them. I was hoping that only one was accounted for.
Yeah, I know.
Because this is the movie I want to watch. And I think this is the chicken run we deserve.
Right. Fish out of water.
Also, I was right. There are like 9,000 Puppet Master movies, but there's no little monkey on the cover. But check it out. It's a pretty good series. I feel like a monkey right now. I feel so out of it. Grace, we did we already tell the people that we discovered Wordle?
We told our Patreon that we did.
Well, we discovered Wordle. We didn't discover Wordle. It's been everywhere. We just didn't know what it was.
We're the ones that created Wordle, guys.
Yeah, it turns out we're the masterminds behind Wordle. No, when we were doing a live stream for our pervs on Patreon, we were like, "What? You heard of this Wordle?" And we got on it. I've played every day.
Have you? I didn't
It's only been 3 days.
Have you succeeded every day?
I've succeeded every day.
That's great.
On like line usually 5.
Okay.
But I've not posted my scores because I think that's dorky.
Because also you can just cheat so easily.
You can Photoshop that.
You can also find out from someone else what the word is.
And guess it on the first try.
Yeah. So I don't trust anyone's Wordle scores.
But if you're a person who cheats on Wordle,
right?
Like you need to do some deep unpacking of your soul.
That's true.
Like who thinks that's going to impress people?
Someone that needs some self-esteem, I guess.
I guess so.
But I was just looking up when was Wordle created because it feels like at this moment it's taking culture by storm.
Yeah, like why did everyone hop onto the Wordle train? There's been all types of different word games forever.
Yeah.
Is it because it's only one a day?
Hey, that's my theory that it's popular is because of that. But I don't know if it's just like, I don't know how trends become trends. I don't know how they catch steam or wind.
Because it feels like it's exclusive. Like a gummy vitamin tastes better because you only get one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Unless you let yourself have as many as you want.
Grace.
But it says Wordle's been around in some form since 2013.
What?
Yeah. And then when Wordle pulled the plug.
You can't do that when I just took a sip of seltzer.
Right.
Who the fuck is Wordle?
So when Wordle pulled the plug on a prototype of the game after it failed to enthuse his friends. Oh, there's Josh Wardle created the online puzzle game.
Wardle created Wordle?
Wardle created Wordle. He began reviving it in 2020 when he and his partner became obsessed with the New York Times spelling bee and crossword puzzles.
Wow. I bet Wardle hit some hurdles during Wordles.
Yeah. But also, I guess if you really believe in your product or your game system, never give up. Culture will hit a pandemic and it will thrive and rejuvenate it.
You know what I like about Wardle's Wordle? Is that he never, at least to my knowledge, at least how I've played it, never was like, this has to be an app you download. You just go on the website.
Yeah, I don't understand what is the benefit of that, or
maybe more people are more likely to play it if they don't have to download something.
Also, he doesn't have to develop an app around it.
That's what I'm saying. And then work out ads and everything.
Yeah, wow.
So anyway, good job, Wardle.
Good job.
I'm enjoying the Wordles, Wardle.
Wardle on Wardle.
Wordle on Wardle.
But yeah, it's taken everyone by storm. I'm assuming everyone listening to this is playing or knows people that are playing.
And if you aren't, look, I am a person, you know this. I think we're kind of similar in this way, Grace. That like when these cultural phenomenons happen, I'm always like, nah. Like I'm always a little bit like
TikTok.
Yeah, like I always hear about it a little too late. And by the time it's popular, like what were we talking about that daily quiz live stream show?
Oh.
That was so... Everyone was tuning in and you could win money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Wasn't it like Quizzo or something? No.
I don't remember what. HQ Trivia.
Yeah.
Like that was the big thing. And I remember only hearing about it after it was popular. So then by then I was like, I do the same thing with music sometimes.
Yeah. I think that right now this is... Obviously, it's one of those when you catch so much momentum, it can't be stopped. But also, like you said, the exclusivity of it.
Once a day,
you get that chance. And it's simple enough that everyone can play, but a little difficult enough that you feel really superior if you get it correct.
And you guys, we are not sponsored by Wordle.
No, not
Wordle
at all.
has not given us $1.
It doesn't need any promo. It's doing fine. Wordle's doing just fine now. CBD isn't about what you feel, it's about what you don't. And Feels is a better way to feel better. Feels is a premium CBD that keeps your head clear and you feeling your best. It's hassle-free, delivered directly to your door. CBD naturally helps you reduce stress, anxiety, pain, and sleeplessness. There's no hangover or addiction. All you have to do is put a few drops of Feels under your tongue and feel better in minutes. I love it. It's super easy. Big fan of Feels CBD for relaxation, for sleeplessness, for anxiety, all the things that I experience. And if you're new to CBD, it's all about finding your right dose. Everyone is different after all, and luckily, Feels has a CBD hotline to help you find your perfect dose, and Feels has a monthly membership to make your self-care easy. You'll save money on every order, and you can pause or cancel anytime. How easy is that? Start feeling better with Feels. Become a member today by going to feels.com/TMGW, and you'll get 50% off your first order with free shipping. That's Feels, FEALS.com/TMGW to become a member and get 50% automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. Feels.com/TMGW.
If nothing raises your blood pressure quite like checking your credit score, you could probably use a little help from Upstart. Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan all online. Whether you're paying off credit cards, consolidating high-interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get one fixed monthly payment. Upstart knows you're more than just your credit score, you guys. Give yourself some credit, am I right? And is expanding access to affordable credit. Unlike other lenders, Upstart considers your income and current employment to find you a smarter rate for your loan. With a little teeny 5-minute online rate check, you can see your rate upfront for loans between $1,000 to $50,000. You can receive funds as fast as one business day after accepting your loan. So, find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/TMGW. That's upstart.com/TMGW. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/TMGW. I wanted to ask you, I thought this was so funny.
Yeah.
Chip and I were eating breakfast at a diner the other morning.
Yeah.
As we're known to do, because the man loves a hash brown.
They are great. A form
really
of
good.
potatoes.
What is your ideal hash brown? Is it shredded or is it like home fried, like cubed, or what's the vibe on that?
Shredded, like compacted,
Crispy.
really crispy on the outside,
Yes.
a little mushy on the inside, but only in like the very middle.
Yeah, you want that crisp.
I like a crunch.
This has nothing to do with that.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I went into very specific detail.
No, because some people enjoy more of a home fry, and I'm like, who hurt you?
Yeah. Home fries, just the potato cubes that seem dried out, super dried out.
Or like just choppy. I want the full grated Oh, that's a bad looking motion on our YouTube channel. Somebody insert something in my hand. I want the shredded latke. I want a huge latke. Anyway, we're there and I had an eyelash on me.
Yeah.
And I like picked it up, like to blow it, to make a wish.
Yeah.
And Chip had heard, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He was like, yeah, if you lose an eyelash, you put it on something blue and then you blow it off. What? And I was like, that's not a thing.
Was he fucking with you? Or
No, like legitimately, he thought that was...
Okay.
Which I had never heard, and then I Googled it, and no one else has either.
Who told him to do that?
I think his mom. I can't.
This is why having
This is when
kids
like fucking with kids
is one of the most devious acts of all time. Is that you can just teach children harmless but completely impractical rituals to do that isolate them from their peers.
Exactly. Like you could tell your kid if someone sneezes, you have to say butt liquor, or they're gonna have bad luck for 4 days.
Who is it? Someone I knew that had a mom that probably wasn't great, all things considered, but said there used to be scissors in the bottom of cereal boxes.
Really?
Don't put your hands in the cereal box because there's scissors at the bottom.
I mean, that sounds like a case of a kid sticking his whole kid arm in there.
His whole ass in the box.
To like get some bottom. I feel like some cereals, the bottom is where like the sugar kind of
Oh yeah, that's my favorite part.
ends up.
Yeah, I'll put my nasty little claw hands in there and eat it with my hands.
I'll eat I can't keep cereal in the house because I will eat cereal like a bag of chips.
No, that's the same. That's become my favorite dessert right now is
Really?
Lucky Charms, just straight
You
from the
keep
box.
Lucky Charms in your home?
Yeah, and recently,
I mean, I do like Quaker Oats. I don't even do anything wild, and I still feel scandalous.
We live, Elliot and I, like we're constantly at a slumber party, just the two of us.
That's a really romantic thing to say.
Thank you. Yeah, he has gone so far now. Because I'm a little abusive with the cereal box to get me my own box and write my name on it because I have a tendency to just pluck the marshmallows out.
Are you guys have had to create cereal rules?
He recently did, and I thought it was really romantic, to be very fair. It actually has saved a huge section of our relationship.
Now, question. Do you guys have the same cereal taste?
Yeah, I mean, we have the same general taste, which is just like
sugar
7-Eleven products. Like anything you could find at a 7-Eleven is stuff that we're pretty much both on the same page about. But for cereal, yeah, we've tried to go like the Honey Bunches of Oats or the Raisin Bran Crunch and stuff like that to trick ourselves into like this is a healthy thing. But sometimes you just got to go Lucky Charms.
I can't tell you the last time I had a bowl of cereal.
Really?
Really?
You're not living life.
No, I know myself, and there's no such thing as a bowl of cereal. I want 3 bowls. I want 4 bowls. Like, I would eat a family-sized thing of Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah.
It's so fucking, I want some cereal. I want some friggin' cereal.
So did Chip get corrected? Did he hear you out about the eyelash
I was
thing?
like, that's not a thing. He was like... I always thought that was a thing.
Wow. But he did believe you that wasn't a thing.
Yeah. And I even like Googled it and I was like, never heard of, the only time I've heard of a good luck thing and specifically something blue is the marriage thing of like something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Not and blow your eyelash off of it.
Yeah. And that'll be a wish, which is also crazy that we just have the general like blow the eyelash away and wish on it.
I know.
So whatever. There's so many rituals in the world.
Who cares?
We've been at night, other than eating cereal, watching Supermarket Sweep episodes.
You guys go in phases.
Go in phases. Sometimes I love when we start watching Ozark and it gets very intense. So I like to, end the night with something a little bit more joyous.
You mean so you're not having dreams where you are being kidnapped by the cartel constantly? Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, just something a little lighter. And my favorite part of the show is like when David Rubrick, the host, goes to each contestant pair and gets to know them a little better, but he does it so quickly. He's got like 2 questions for each person and then moves right along. And sometimes people say out of nowhere the absolute most wild thing that I just cross my fingers for and hope for every time.
I love that you're like anticipating a show that was filmed 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I have so many videos on my phone of just clips of people's responses to the questions that he's saying. And this one that we watched recently, there were these adult women, probably in their 40s, identical twins.
Already creepy.
Still identical twins.
Puppet masters.
They were wearing different types of clothes, same style though. Oh. And he had asked them something along the lines of like, oh, you're twins. Get up to any like twin shenanigans. And the one twin woman said, when we were children, we worked in a factory making Playboys out of Braille.
Wait, really?
And then Elliot found articles about how Playboy used to be.
Oh, I've given one
as Braille.
I've given a Braille Playboy as a gift to a friend.
But it
still is. Every single one you can like find in a library.
Yeah, it got shut down by a congressman in like the 90s, I guess.
The Republicans.
Yeah, because there was all this government funding going to the Braille manufacturing.
Oh, they have like outlines of boobs in Braille.
Well, this says that there's no actual like photography in the Braille.
No photography, but I bought a Braille Playboy for a friend for a birthday, and it would just as like a cool thing to have in the house. And it's mainly just the articles. Yeah. But then occasionally there would just be like an outline of boobs and like thighs and stuff in Braille.
That's what I wondered, because the articles that we were reading about it were saying that in the 70s the Playboy was iconic for, Playboy, but also for bringing on incredible journalists to write articles. That's why the joke of do you read it for the articles is actually has truth to it, because their articles were really
fantastic,
groundbreaking, wonderful. And so the Braille manufacturing budget was in the millions, like crazy. And then this guy threw a big fit about it and got the funding pulled from it. Yeah.
No, you can still find them on eBay and Etsy.
I was blown away by it.
I wonder if there's other cool magazines in Braille you don't think about.
I was looking up earlier that Playboy, I think at its height, ranked 4th, 5th, or 6th most popular Braille magazine.
Really?
After I think Time, Good Housekeeping, and things like that. Yeah, which is pretty wild. But I just couldn't believe that this woman's answer on this game show for Get Up at 10 Shenanigans. When we were children, we worked in a factory making Playboys with Braille. And then he asked
First of all, that's wild to consider it a shenanigan as opposed to child labor.
Yeah, there's so many. He has basically a 5-second window to talk to these people, and for them to say the craziest thing. After that, he asked the other twin, "Oh, wow, okay. So, Linda, you guys ever pull any pranks on people you dated, being identical twins?"
No, these twins are crazy.
They were doing, I felt like I needed to pay for a 2-drink minimum, the way that they were just rolling out
round
these.
robin.
The other twin said, "Oh, we actually did date the same guy and he found out and got mad, and then we recently learned that he's become a priest."
What? These are real answers?
Yes, I think. Or they just decided to say the most ridiculous thing possible as soon as they got a question. Either way, it was wonderful and caught me off guard.
Were you stoned?
Of course. And it was perfect. I'll post actually I have the video that I took on my phone because I had to rewind it and rewatch it because it's one of those two sentences back to back where you have to take a second and process what the hell was just said.
Absurd. What I love is our friend Jacqueline Johnson. Her mom was a contestant on Supermarket Sweep.
I keep hoping that I land on that. I have to look up what her mom's name is to see if I happen to watch the episode. Sent,
but that she would always be ragged on. I think her dad would be like, he was hitting on you.
Yeah.
He was hitting on you. Oh my God. Well, it feels like this would not be a segue, but I was looking up stuff about Benihana today because you and we watched something for the shoot that mentioned Benihana.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the day I've been craving hibachi.
Yeah.
I've just been really needing some of that sweet zucchini in my life. So I looked up 11 facts about Benihana.
Okay.
And the first fact, which isn't on here, is that Steve Aoki's dad who founded it, right?
I think you've told me this before.
Steve Aoki, the DJ, his father founded Benihana. Okay. And also, if you've seen Too Fast, Too Furious in Miami with Ludacris, there's the hot driver girl who drives the pink car.
Okay.
That's his daughter. That's Steve Aoki's sister. A little Too Fast, Too Furious facts.
Wow.
Coming at you fast and furious.
Two of your favorite things, Too Fast, Too Furious and Benihana.
And Ludacris? No, but I interviewed Steve Aoki for a brand deal a million years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, you can't bring up Benihana. And I was we've got to scrap my entire bit.
It's a sordid topic.
They don't speak. Which I'll give you a couple facts and maybe we'll
I love that there's 11 of them.
Well, some of them aren't that interesting. It just has 11 facts. Not all interesting. I'll skip some.
Okay.
But so Benihana was named after a flour that survived a World War II bombing in Japan.
Wow.
So apparently the guy who created Benihana, his parents, there was a bombing and the one red flower was growing called a Benihana and they named a coffee shop that and then he named his restaurant that.
Wow. Yeah. Isn't that part of the logo?
Oh my God. I didn't even put that together.
I feel like
oh my God.
There is a flower.
You've really been looking for con men. The Benihana is...
Yeah, it's got that little red flower above it. Okay.
It's a Japanese word for red safflower.
Wow.
Aoki was an Olympic wrestler with zero cooking experience when he opened it.
This is not Steve.
No, Steve's father, the guy who founded Benihana, was in the 1960 Olympic wrestling team for Japan.
Whoa.
And he had never even cooked before when he started it.
Wow.
He drove a Mr. Softy ice cream truck in Harlem to earn the seed money for Benihana.
Oh, so he was working, he had this idea towards it. Okay.
And he opened it when he was 25.
Wow.
Oh, okay. And this is what I love, the branding opportunities.
Yeah.
So, in 1981, the founder of Benihana broke the world record for longest hot air balloon flight, which went 5,200 miles across the Pacific Ocean in a Benihana branded balloon.
Whoa. Okay, wait. This was purposely to break this record and
Yes,
to promote Benihana?
To promote Benihana. He held the record for the next 34 years.
He went 50 some miles into the ocean or like out and back?
Across from Japan to California.
Oh my God. Okay.
Went from Japan to California in a hot air balloon.
How long does that take?
Oh man, powered by
Where do you go to the bathroom?
I know, truly. Did you stick your butt off? Like, what are you doing?
I mean, there's got to be something very liberating about that, but like, what do you do if you gotta do something else with your lower half?
He also won a backgammon world title.
Okay.
Sponsored a Miss Benihana beauty pageant.
Wow.
I need pics.
Okay.
And he also had a jacuzzi in his stretch Rolls Royce. It's great. He like opened.
Wow.
He opened restaurants and like discos and everything, but he opened a disco called Club Genesis in the 70s, but he closed it a year later when he started a porn magazine called Genesis in 1983.
Wow. Was this after he had created Benihana?
Yeah, that's from Benihana money.
Oh, wow. So consummate entrepreneur there.
So all I'm saying is, who is playing this man in a movie?
Yeah, truly.
I want to direct that movie.
Yeah.
Like, it could be very like Blow meets.
Yeah, I mean the amount of adventures that he's had, and then his son is Steve Aoki.
It's so strange. But now I really need some fried rice.
Oh God, I know. The seed has been planted. I hope that they're doing well.
I know. After Tori Spelling got the Los Angeles one closed down.
Well, and just generally the pandemic in general.
Oh, right. Just in general, it's kind of hard to sit at a teppanyaki.
Yeah. If prioritizing your health, ordering less takeout, or learning to cook are your goals on your list this year, and maybe you already feel yourself slipping, don't worry. I got you. And so does HelloFresh. HelloFresh makes all of those things very easy. They bring pre-portioned ingredients straight to your door, including farm fresh produce that arrives within a week, so you get the convenience without skimping on the quality. Skip the trip to the grocery store, save time on waiting in long checkout lines, and don't waste money on excess food. Heck, HelloFresh is 72% cheaper than a restaurant meal of the same quality. That's just straight up statistics. Plus, you can save on average over $65 a month when you order HelloFresh instead of grocery shopping. That's more money to put towards all those other wacky 2022 goals of yours. You guys know I'm obsessed with HelloFresh. I cook at least one meal a week, and things that I would never look up to cook on my own, like ramen, baked fried chicken, different types of bowls with rice and shrimp and ingredients that I would never venture to try on my own, but with HelloFresh I feel safe to do so. If you're interested, go to hellofresh.com/TMGW16 and use code TMGW16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. Gifts! What's not to like? That's hellofresh.com/TMGW16. Use code TMGW16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts.
If you're focusing on you and your wellness this year, well, Care Of is a fantastic way to start. Care Of personally tailors your vitamin routine for you, and it's easy, effective, and constantly evolving. Care Of is a subscription service that ships high-quality, personalized vitamins and powders right to your door every month. They're daily vitamin packs, which are so friggin' convenient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to open up 20 different bottles. They're all in cute, may I add, little packs. They make it easy to stick to your goals and stay organized every day. Just take a short, in-depth quiz about your goals and your lifestyle and get personalized recommendations. And you can stick with your recommendations or change your pack up anytime. Care's products are made from clean, good-for-you ingredients backed by the latest science and research, so you can feel great about what's going on with your body. I took my quiz, let them know I'm a vegetarian, let them know my goals, let them know how much I exercise, and I'm taking that B12, that veggie omega, that B complex, a little iron, and a little keratin for that skin, nails, and, be looking good and looking shiny. So, for 50% off your first Care of order, go to takecareof.com and enter code TMGW50. That's takecareof.com and code TMGW50 for 50% off your first Care of order. Come on, y'all. It's the top of the year. Let's get healthy.
Other brand awareness news.
Oh, clearly we have just had nothing to talk about the last couple days, so we're like, what's interesting we can Google?
Someone sent to me that I would think this is interesting, and I did, and I purchased it right away.
Oh, thank you for that.
Oscar Mayer is making face masks. And
oh my God.
Yeah, I ordered them. I immediately clicked on it on Amazon.
Like hot dog skin? Like a Korean
like a
mask?
bologna, piece of bologna on your face.
Why don't you just get a piece of bologna and cut out 2 holes with your bite 3 times?
I think that's going to clog my pores. Okay. I think this is designed to not do that.
No way, really?
Yeah, and apparently it's sold out really quickly.
Of course.
I went and ordered it on Amazon. It said it would arrive in March.
What?
I just got an update that it should arrive in a couple weeks now.
What?
So, very excited.
Patreon content.
I took the risk hoping that maybe they would quickly restock and fill everyone's orders.
Well, it's like Wordle.
Yeah.
If you've got something going, you better sell those salami friggin' Oscar Mayer face masks while people give a shit.
Yeah.
And before you have any skin burn lawsuits.
Yeah, exactly. It's a hydrogel sheet face mask introducing a cold cut of self-care.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, all those nitrates in a hot dog, they last a long time. So if they can help
preserve that, perverse the hot dog.
If that hot dog can perverse your skin. Wow. Does it smell like it, or is it just the color and that's what they're banking on? Because I think it should smell like bologna.
I'm not. I mean, I'll find out. It's not edible. They make that very clear. And it's only $4.99.
Okay.
I'm not sponsored by this at all. The packaging says "Do not eat bologna mask." So that's important to know in the world where people have eaten Tide Pods in the past. Make sure that's all clear. So that's been my commercialism for the week.
Well, do you think Oscar Mayer really needed that? Do you think they had a young, cool person working in their office that was like, we should do bologna sheet masks? Or do you think a company who made a bunch of sheet masks and then was like, these aren't selling because they look like bologna on your face?
I think
we should sell our dead stock to Oscar Mayer.
I think either one of those, very viable options. I do feel like on TikTok, at-home face masks, making them yourself and that sort of thing is huge. So I think they're trying to capitalize on the moment. I don't know.
The tickety-tockety?
The tickety-tockety of it all. But yeah, if you got a pink gelatinous circular thing, I'll try and put it on my face.
I'm not even gonna lie. I did a face mask on Sunday because I knew we were doing the shoot.
Yeah.
I did a black one that you it dries and you peel off. And then I did a sheet mask. Even after years of doing them, they still gross me out. And those are just the white looking ones. Those aren't even gross.
I have so many in my drawer in my bathroom that I've never used that I'll buy when we're on the road thinking
every time we're like, well, we'll rehydrate our skin because we'll be flying a bunch. It's like, no, we slept in as late as possible, drank the world's largest coffee, and then started drinking alcohol.
And then I have no patience to put a face mask on my face and then just sit and
just sit for 20 minutes while that serum runs into my mouth.
It's really sad how little patience I have for it. So I'm hoping that something with such novelty and bullshittery actually prompts me
it's 7-Eleven enough for you to do it.
Exactly. When 7-Eleven had a limited edition line of makeup, I went out and bought it. And it sucked.
Yeah. One can imagine. No, Sunday, I straight up, there was one point where I had hair dye in my hair, a sheet mask on my face, and white strips on my teeth.
Self-care.
And I was like, motherfucker, it's self-care while multitasking.
One woman salon. Look at you go. God. You can't be stopped.
I'm so proud of you for continuing to do Dry January because all I want is a big ass cocktail right now.
Good for you. If I had it, I'd fall directly asleep.
No, last night I went home and had one drink. It was like, but did I tell you, speaking of self-care,
yeah,
before the COVID, or not before the COVID, before we got COVID, I was like getting pretty good about occasionally going to Pilates class.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like the reformer, it's like the machine, and you should come with me. It's really great. It's a great workout. But I was going, and me and Jacqueline, whose mom got hit on Supermarket Suite.
Yes.
We were in a class, and I was like, have you taken this teacher before? She was like, no. Remember, I had taken one before that kept talking about bacon.
Yeah.
Who kept saying that like she was craving bacon all day.
Yeah.
So we take this class, and immediately I'm like, oh no, I can tell the other people in here are regulars.
Oh,
like she knows them by name.
Okay.
Right. And when I go in there, I want anonymity.
Yeah.
Like the lights are dim. You don't have to know me. I have a mask on.
I'm not here to make friends.
No, I'm here to not bust my ass. Right. So we start working out. Within like 2 minutes, she just goes, hey, does anyone here want to go get a glass of wine at Gelson's after? Gelson's, if for you guys listening, is a grocery store in LA, which is right across the street from this place that has a bar in the grocery store.
I've had a drink there before, yeah.
You know, it's a fun novelty thing. Yeah. And she was we'd been working out for 30 seconds. And she was like, hey, ladies, anybody here want to get some wine at Gelson's? And then by name, she's like, Rita, you gonna get some wine with me? And she was like, I can't, I gotta get my kids or whatever. And she was just like,
so everyone was turning her down?
Everyone was turning her down.
Oh, that's such strange energy to be doing Pilates.
Well, it was just like, hey, I'm coming to do Pilates. I'm like trying to kick off my week. And she was just like, I just want some she said fucking wine.
Wow.
And it was so funny. So we're like, that's I guess that maybe that's like an icebreaker, like to make us all feel like,
is this an inside joke that she does?
Or just like, you're not perfect.
Yeah.
Just because you're, and then like 15 minutes later, there's like just a little too much chatter between the women when I'm like, everyone for themselves, everyone shut up, right? Yeah. And just listen to instruction. And then someone's like, oh, it's kind of chilly tonight. She's like, yeah. And another woman goes like, it makes me want like soup. And then the teacher just goes like, I don't want soup. I just want wine. And she brought it up like 3 more times to where Jacqueline and I look at each other and we were like, is this her way of asking for help?
Yeah.
She has brought up wine 6 times in the course of a 40-minute Pilates class that she is teaching.
And no one has agreed to go have wine with her?
No, and I did go get some food after Gelson's later, like that after class, and she wasn't there.
Okay.
So I think she wasn't going to go like drink at the grocery store alone.
By herself.
Which like, who cares? I would. But like, I just thought it was so funny to be like, here I am. I'm going to try to be healthy this week. Why are you making me crave wine so bad?
It feels like everyone that was familiar and like knew her,
they've had a night.
Like they went out last week after class and they all hated it, but they hadn't talked to the teacher about how crazy she got.
And now she thinks it's like a thing they're going to do.
And so she's like, guys,
Tuesdays at 7 p.m. we go after class and get ripped at an overpriced grocery store.
Yeah, we get some cold cuts and some chill wine.
Oh my God.
That sounds amazing.
Did you sit at the bar and have a glass of wine and order your groceries? Because they will give you an iPad and you can basically like Instacart. Wow. You can order your groceries for someone to go get while you drink wine.
See, I don't know if I could do that. I would feel so fucking entitled and awful if I just sat there. I've done grocery delivery.
I know. And even still, I judge their produce choices. I'm like, this is the crookneck squash you thought was good?
No, I've just had, for the sake of having, because it's available, a glass of wine in the grocery store, like sat there, had a wine, and that was about it.
Got it.
I was trying to look this up before, in between takes earlier, trying to find stuff to talk about. Apparently this woman, there's this viral TikTok that went up of a beautiful, like, snowy place. This guy Kenzie, I guess, posted this. He does travel stuff, maybe. Has a series called Not Carolina, where he features footage of his trip to Switzerland, which he intentionally misidentifies as Gastonia,
North Carolina.
And so he put this video up doing this like sarcastic, like, I'm in Gastonia.
Oh, okay.
It was,
now I get it. So it's a beautiful Switzerland, which he is like,
and he
check
called
it
it
out,
this
Gastonia, North Carolina.
Yeah, and so this woman from Florida was driving through with her family and was like, I just saw this beautiful place in North Carolina. Let's make a stop. had her family go stop Gastonia and then realized that it was a total prank, that this guy was taking the wrong footage and putting it over a different place. And that she had told a news outlet, because this made news, that she...
I mean, slow news week.
I know. All of a sudden we get there and it's just rundown gas stations. Like we had to go to the bathroom and there was no bathroom that worked in any of the gas stations. And now the mayor of the town has weighed in. Apparently we are the talk of the town, and while Gastonia is certainly not Switzerland, we're glad people are learning more about our great city.
First of all, I've driven through Gastonia many a times, and I probably stopped for gas in Gastonia.
Seems like the place to get it.
But if you don't understand that North Carolina doesn't look like Switzerland, like our mountains are hills. Yeah. Let's be honest. I've talked about trying to snowboard in North Carolina. It's rough.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's news.
That's fake news, and someone bought it, and thankfully she got some culture. She got to see Gastonia. So what else would she have done?
Incredible.
You know? Really a crazy week. Oh, let's see what this other link is that I wrote down. Scorpion and broccoli.
Oh, God!
An Australian
That's
woman.
way more crazy.
Yeah, here's something spicier. An Australian woman finds a scorpion in a package of broccoli.
Holy shit.
She says she was shocked to open a package of broccoli from a local supermarket to discover a live scorpion.
Australia is wild.
Yeah. Her father-in-law bought the broccoli from an Aldi store and made the surprising discovery while they were trying to make a meal.
Oh my God.
That is crazy.
Scorpion in your broccoli. Like you hear that and you go, that's only in Australia.
Yeah.
Or like Russia, because someone was like sticking them in broccoli.
Yeah, or Florida.
Oh, true. Florida is the Russia of...
Florida is like Russia and Australia got together
and had a baby and have tons of reptiles.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you know that scorpions glow under blacklight?
I think you've told me this before. Yeah, that you guys have you've done this before with gin or something. Didn't you say something about...
No, blacklight... Oh, no. Gin tonic glows in blacklight.
Yeah. And then you were saying that scorpions do too.
So if you are out camping in Australia, you have to get a blacklight flashlight. And if you looked around, like the scorpions would glow. And you'd know not to piss on them.
There you go. It's just science and nature
coming
together.
Can you tell that we have been talking nonstop for like 12 hours a day the past 2 days?
I know. And I was trying to look up what's going on in the news and what's happening in the world. And then I got distracted by having to actually shoot scenes for this project.
One thing, I did get a text from my dad today. Because last week we were talking about people who have pet turtles that just like hang out in the back, and like I would totally do that if I could.
Yeah.
And then I get a random text from my dad. Didn't even know he was listening to this old podcast.
Yeah.
And it says, "Hey, just finished your podcast. I thought you'd like to know that your granddaddy Hart had 3 gopher tortoises that he kept in a big fenced-in area in his backyard.
Wow.
They seemed huge when I was a little kid. He kept them by the beehives."
See this podcast? That's because my mom also listens now. And it's bringing us closer with our family.
I didn't know my granddaddy Hart had 3 gopher tortoises or kept bees.
It's in your DNA now.
Now I need it.
I know. And also, it is wild that our parents are now listening to our podcast, hearing mentions of specificities, and then being like, I never told her this thing about our family. I can't wait to see what wild secrets come out this week.
Truly, we're going to find out that your grandma used to eat broccoli with scorpions.
And that your grandfather has a whole stack of Braille Playboys.
Yeah, or no, what was the other? Was Aoki porns. Aoki porns. Oh God. Okay. Well, I'm spent.
Yeah, this is a bit of a brain dead week, y'all.
We'll be back next week and we'll be absolutely ready to rock, well rested.
Yes, ma'am.
But yeah, I would say that this got weird.